Wow, you look gorgeous.
As always.
Are they speaking to me?
I'm speaking to you, baby.
Can't
You
hear
look
them.
good. Hey, Mama, you look good.
When
You are not good.
Aw.
I think she can't hear us right now.
Yeah.
Oh, there they are. Okay.
Oh my God.
Oh,
Hi,
Hi.
there you are. So it's Nicola, Constantine, Christopher, Javier, and Kate.
Hi, Gaga.
Hi, Gaga.
Nice to
hey, Mama.
Nice to meet you.
To meet you too.
I go by Javi.
so quiet.
Maybe we should sing.
Any questions for me?
Would you ever come to Ukraine for a concert?
Yes, of course I would. I'm excited since now the Born This Way ball has been to many new territories that we've never been to before. So next time around on the next tour, I'll get to go to even more. So it's very exciting.
That is so cool. Thank you.
So you talked a little bit about your earlier life from New York and how was it before you became famous. Can you tell us a little bit how today's typical day in Lady Gaga's life look like?
Typical day in Lady Gaga's life. My life. I would say there is really no typical day. Because I really make sure that my creativity drives every moment of my life as much as possible. Because music and fashion and technology, these are all the things that I sort of focus on a daily basis. And when those ideas come, you never really know where they're going to take you. So I have a schedule, that I adhere to every day for the show and for things like that. But other than that, I have a very free-form day. And the House of Gaga, we all live together and travel, and we are working around the clock on future projects.
Thank you.
Awesome.
Thank you.
That's really cool.
I have a question about the North American leg of the tour.
Yes.
What's the drastic change? I mean, with all the costumes and staging, and you said he's getting a facelift. What's going to be the difference between the North American part and the rest of the world? Why do we get something so different?
Well, I was excited to come home and, do sort of our last victory lap in my home country. So I wanted there to be, a couple of new things in the ball. But more than anything, the show is always evolving. And it's always evolving because you are always evolving. And every time we go to a new country, new city, a new place, new cultures, new religions, new food, everything, the show takes on a new meaning and it starts to sort of warp and change. And so it's always changing. And we just do our very best to keep it fresh, keep it interesting. And also I need to grow as an artist, and I can't grow if the show's always the same. I'm always changing stuff. I even with as rehearsed as the show is, I still change it every night, and it's the job of everyone around me to keep up with where I decide I want to go. Because once I'm out there, I always tell everyone I'm not reliable when I'm on stage. I only belong to my fans. For the next 2.5 hours, I do not belong to you. I belong to my fans. So I cannot be trusted.
Gaga, there is a saying that you always remember your fans. And will you recognize me on your concert in February? How do you think?
Will I recognize you? I'm sure I will. It's funny that I remember I did that sketch on Saturday Night Live, and they were making fun of me that I knew a fan, like a fan in the audience from meeting them just once. But it's actually true. I do remember you all. as much as I can, but I sometimes really do recognize your face. I think it's because you all have such unique personalities, and usually when I meet you, you say something that I would say to people, which is, "Aren't you going to remember me?" And you guys always say that to me. I used to say that to people. Discharged soldiers was a message about saying, you know, if you're willing to give your life for your country, we should all be treated exactly the same. And I that's something that's been a sort of running theme in some of my work, is the sexualization of the military. But you know what? 3 cheers, because we don't have Donesto anymore. So I'm glad that we got to make a statement when we did, but I'm even happier that it's been repealed. So there's always some sort of idea behind what I'm doing, but you know what? That's what art pop is about. Sometimes you get what the message is, and other times.
So,
yeah.
Gaga, I know, like, with Born This Way, you came out with the personality of Joe, and I was kind of wondering, like, where did he go? Is he going to come back, or is there maybe going to be another personality that emerges with your new album?
Well, Joe and I broke up.
For good?
Not for good. You know, I don't know. I mean, I don't really like discussing my personal life. You know that. But he, you know, he really has like some soul searching to do. And I think, you know, we'll start talking again when we're ready.
But I meant as far as like personalities, like, you know, and you dressing as him, you know, is there going to be like some other crazy character that comes out that you're going to create?
I don't really understand your question. I'm sorry.
Some people thought that you have an alter ego called Candy Warhol, and Candy Warhol.
See, it's just so interesting because you talk about my work like it's different personalities, when actually it's just me going through different stages of my creativity. So sort of like they never go away. You just never really know when they're going to come out and play.
Right. So do you discuss your music, your personas, your personas for the moment to get over or kind of move on from situations you've been in the past? What would be your best tip to move on in life, basically?
To move on. Well, my methods of moving on are quite unorthodox. I don't know if you want advice from me. Moving on. I think you have to always have like a very strong sense of your abilities as a human being. And you have to be not so hard on yourself. You have to focus on what you're good at, and then focus only on that. So when you have challenges, it's like only just one small piece of your pie, and then you can focus on the rest of your pie, and you can make that amazing. I try not to harp on stuff when it's like doesn't go so well. Sort of just like one small piece. There's so much more to do, so much more to say. This is just one moment. The future has so many moments waiting for you.
I have a question about the Fame fragrance. Is this going to be your only one, or do you think that maybe you'll have another one coming out?
I don't know. It's like a very long process making a fragrance, and it's very, you know, I like to take a lot of time to do it and make sure that it's really done well and perfect. And so I don't know how soon one will come out, but maybe we'll do another one. I'm very happy with how successful this one was. I'm just going to take a quick question from some of the other ciphers, if that's okay. This one is from Kathy Garfield. Yes. I'm sorry. This is from Mrs. Amen Fashion. Hello. I wish that was my name. What change is art pop going to make? I mean, Born This Way had a message of love and acceptance. What about art? It's a good question. I would say that, yes, Born This Way had a very strong social message, and art pop's message is more conceptual, and it's more about making a statement about art and pop being able to exist at the same time. So I guess I would say that they both have messages, but they're both driven by conceptually different things. But there will always be an echo of Born This Way in ambient way in everything I do in my life, because it was for me the social movement of Born This Way that was paramount more than anything. So that's going to always be part of the concept of art pop itself. It's about connecting people from all over the world through visuals, through music, through symbols, through places, through things. How can we use the technology at our disposal to bring closer and closer and closer together? And this is one way that we begin, like we are today on Skype.
Awesome.
There's people all over the world right now watching you guys speak, watching us speak to each other,